everyone, it's Cindy from Stamped with Aloha. Welcome back to part 2 of my Back on Your Feet card class. This card is going to feature this cute little turtle here in the bottom of the stamp set, so let's go ahead and get started. This card is going to be made with one of our Whisper White note cards, and I'm going to go ahead and add a top layer with a piece of garden green cardstock that's been cut at 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive to the back of the card. Oh, sorry, I forgot, when I hit the glue like that, it shakes the camera. And then I'm going to go ahead and just flip this over and glue that down. The embossing folder that I used on this card is the Mosaic 3D embossing folder, and I chose that one because I thought it matched the turtle shell really well. Okay, now I'm going to take a piece of So Saffron cardstock, and this has been cut at 1 inch by 4 3/4 inches, and I'm going to put a sentiment. Now, if I only had the Back on Your Feet stamp set, I could use this sentiment here, but I'm going to use the Sorry for Everything set because I love this saying, I wish I could make everything better. So let me go ahead and take that image, and I'm going to ink it up with my black Memento ink pad, and it's important where we stamp it. We want to stamp it as far to the right side of that strip of cardstock as you can, because we need to make space to put the turtle image on the front. So we'll flip this cardstock over, we'll add some liquid glue to the back, and then I'm going to carefully press this onto the front of my folded note card, like so. Okay, the next step that we're going to do is grab 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock. These have both been cut at 1 3/4 inches. On one of them, I'm going to stamp the sentiment that's going to go on the inside of the card. It says, "Hope you're back on your feet soon." And on the second one, I'm going to stamp the turtle image. So I'll go ahead and stamp him on there like so. Okay, our next step is to color. So I'm going to grab one of my Stampin' Blend markers. And this color is Light Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to go ahead all around the turtle image and trace with my Stampin' Blend marker. Once the image has been traced, I'm going to go ahead and color in the image, and I'm going to make the entire turtle this Daffodil Delight color. The next Stampin' Blend I'm going to use is the dark Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to go ahead and take this color and I'm going to layer over top of the Daffodil Delight. I'm going to just go ahead and brush some on the turtle's head, and then I'll go and brush it on the turtle's feet. And then I'm going to take the marker and I'm going to outline the turtle's shell, and I'll just sort of trace around all the little marks on the shell, putting the green color in between so that the yellow rectangles really pop. Then I'm going to take one more marker, and this is the dark Old Olive, and then I'm going to do the base of the shell. I'm going to go ahead and just color around that, and then I'm going to go again over those lines and just kind of add a little bit of a darker shade onto the turtle shell. And then once that's done, I'll go back to my original yellow marker, and I'm going to use that Daffodil Delight marker to blend all those colors together just on the shell portion. Okay, I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to go ahead and add some liquid glue to the back. And then this card is going to get mounted to a 2 by 2 basic black cardstock. So we'll press those together, and then we'll go ahead and add some dimensionals to the back. Okay, then we're going to take our turtle image and we're going to go ahead and mount him to the far left front of the card, and you'll see why it was important that we stamp the words where we did. So now we're going to take the inside words, and I'm going to go ahead and add some liquid glue to the back of that. We're going to mount that also to a 2 by 2 basic black cardstock. And then we're going to take that and just set that aside because we're going to do something fun with the turtle right now. So we're going to take this turtle image. Now here's one that I've already colored ahead of time, and we're going to cut this turtle shell right off of this image. The next thing that we're going to do is we'll take the top part of the turtle, and we're going to cut most of the body off. We just want to save one of the turtle's feet, and then we want to cut around the turtle's head. Okay, once it's done, it'll look like this. We're going to pick up the turtle shell, and we're going to add 2 mini glue dots to the front of it. And then I'm going to pick up my sentiment, and I'm going to glue that shell onto the side of the card. The next step will be to take the top of the turtle. We're going to add a mini glue dot there as well. And then you're going to carefully position this so that the head and the foot are sticking out. But I wanted it to kind of look like the foot becomes a hand and the turtle is waving like, hey, everything's good. I'm back up on my feet. And that's the whole point of this card, right? We're hoping everything's going to get better. So that turtle has a sad face. So I'm going to use a black pen and I'm going to turn the frown into a smile. And then we'll go ahead and use a Stampin' Blend marker. This is Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to add a rosy cheek just so that it looks like this turtle is in much better shape than he was on the front of the card. And I love the sentiment. It says, I hope you're back on your feet again soon. So we're going to go ahead and adhere this to the inside of the card. Now, I wanted to make this a pop-up card, so let me show you how we're going to do that. I have a piece of Soul Saffron cardstock. This has been cut at 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. I'm going to take the image that I want to pop up, and I'm going to lay it on the card just above the fold of the card. Then I'm going to take my paper snips, and I'm going to cut about a little over 1/2 inch on each side. And then I'm going to take that part that I cut, and I'm going to fold it forward, and I'm going to fold it backwards, and then I'm going to press it really well, open up the card, and then push it forward. And this will make like a little platform or a little step in the center of my card. And now, let me turn it this way so you can see it better. And now when you go ahead and adhere the main image, it's going to create a pop-up on the card. So put a couple glue dots there. We'll press it onto that little step. Then I'll fold it. I want to make sure that it's lined up properly. That looks good. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add some liquid glue. And I'm just going to put liquid glue on this one side, and then I'll grab the card that we're going to put this in. We'll lay it down, and then I just like to take the card and fold. Once it's lined up, I like to just fold the card down and then just press everything in there really good. Then we'll open up the card, and then we'll go ahead and put adhesive on the other side. And then we'll take the back of this card and go ahead and press it down. And there you go, you have a completed little turtle pop-up card. Isn't that cute? Well, I'm going to go ahead and just do a couple more embellishments on the front of this card. I thought this shimmering crystal effects would be the perfect thing to add to the turtle shell. So I'm going to go ahead and just squeeze some on here, and then I'm going to just spread it out so that it just covers all of the parts of the turtle shell. Now it's hard to see in the video, but adding this crystal effects just adds a really nice finish to this card, and it just makes that shell portion look shiny and a little bit sparkly too. So let's go ahead and just squeeze the bottle and fill it in a little bit. I'm going to just trace it around the base of the shell. Adding the shimmering crystal effects just adds that perfect finishing touch to this card. And the last thing I'm going to do is just brush on some blue color with a shaded spruce Stampin' Blends marker. And that does it. Our card is complete. Thanks so much for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this fun card. I just know that if you make it and send it to a friend, you're sure to bless and brighten their day. Aloha!